What's up, guys? So recently I've been getting a lot of messages regarding, I'm pretty sure you guys could already guess, not only with the title but also with the huge hype that's going around everywhere about the Dragon Age 3 leaks. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, a few days ago, some information about Dragon Age 3 was leaked on the internet. But here's what I want to make clear, because a lot of people are forgetting the most important thing about this information. This was a survey. Bioware has been known to do surveys every now and then. I have participated in one of their surveys a while back in 2010, I believe. So Bioware does surveys every now and then, which is cool, right? It's cool that they're interested in what people will have to say, but you have to remember that surveys are subject to change. Any information on the survey is subject to change, like almost 100% of the time it is. And without us knowing the results of the survey, we can't claim to know what is going to be taken from the survey. I mean, we have no idea what people want, because the survey was put out to different people. So some people may have chosen, oh, I want this, or I want this. So everything that was said on there, on the survey, was completely just ideas. Just like, what would you like to see? This, or this? There's no information here. We can't take any information from this and say, oh my god, Dragon Age 3 is going to be this, and that. In there it mentions something about having a five-member party. Like having 4 extra members instead of 3. And it just asks, like, you know, kind of like a survey question. They want to know what people would think about that. And so, and now a lot of people are going out there and saying, oh my god, Dragon Age 3 is going to have a 5-person party. And it's like... This is the thing, this is the reason why I don't support rumors. They start turning into misinterpretations, and they start to get really big, and then people start saying, oh my god, and they start making this huge thing out of something that was just, what would you think if, you know? And then later on, Bioware is probably going to change all this stuff anyways, because it was just a survey. It wasn't a leaked script. And even then, they've been known to change their things. So I'm not making a big deal about this. It's exciting, yeah. But I'm not making a big deal out of this because a lot of this stuff we already knew, we already expected, especially people that have read the books, the comics, and saw Dawn of the Seeker. If you've done all that stuff, this is not new. It's like, okay, yeah, I expected it. And then especially after playing Dragon Age 2. You finish playing Dragon Age 2. You know that Dragon Age 3 is going to be about the conflict between the Templars and the Mages. That's not new. And especially if you saw Dawn of the Seeker, you know it's going to take place in Orlais. You know there's going to be some kind of craziness going on, especially having to do with like the Divine, the people in charge. And that's exactly what the survey is saying. There's really nothing new in it. The people that are, a lot of people on the internet, they're making it seem like it's fact, and some of the people are misinterpreting, because I was reading a lot about this, and the reason why I was reading about this was because it was a leaked survey, not because it was a leaked script. Leaked scripts are different for me, because leaked scripts, it's like, dude, you're taking their stuff. I keep a lot of my writing private, especially not fan fiction, but my writing that I create. If I were to write the story that I'm working on right now, if someone were to find it and leak it, I'd be so pissed. That'd be so messed up. So I understand what it's like. So I could get an idea of what that feels like, and that's why I'm not a supporter of leaked scripts. Now, yeah, sometimes Bioware, like the whole Leviathan thing, I was like, I think it was a mistake, or I think it was an accident, but who knows, maybe it was on purpose, but I don't think they leaked out a lot of like the important stuff, and then I think they're going to end up changing that stuff anyways. So I think they just probably leaked it out so that people could get excited about it. But with like, say like the Mass Effect 3 leaks, the script leaks before the game came out, that was messed up. So, because I just put myself in that situation, and I'm just like, I'd be pissed. I'd be so pissed if someone were to leak, like, say, the story that I'm working on right now. So I don't support that. But this was a leaked survey. It's a survey. None of it is fact. None of it is saying this is what we're gonna do. None of it. It's just ideas, and that's exactly what Bioware has been doing for a long time now, since early 2012. In PAX East, Mike Laidlaw, and I believe David Gator was in that little panel. They were giving ideas out. They were like, oh, they even showed some of the concept art that was in the survey. They're like, oh, what do you think about this? And this is like a possible party member. And you could, they were just giving out ideas. So it's pretty much the same thing. Right now, what we should be doing, instead of us going around and saying, oh my God, look, this and that, we have to, like, because right now Bioware is taking our input into consideration. They put out that survey. It's showing that they really do want to put out a game out there that Dragon Age fans will like. At least that's what the survey is showing, that they care about what we want. And right now, and I just read some tweets by Mike Laidlaw that he said that he is getting a lot of questions from people because of the leaks, but he says that he's not going to answer any of them right now, but he is taking them all into consideration, that until they have something to show, like gameplay or something like that, which is exactly what they said back in early 2012, they're not going to confirm anything until then, or show anything until they have some gameplay to show off. But right now what we should be doing is jumping on the opportunity to have our voice heard, like the real Dragon Age fans. We should all tweet, if you really like Dragon Age, and you really want Dragon Age 3 to work, especially when it comes to the genre and be completely changed into something different, if you feel that way, because they're not saying that Dragon Age 3 is going to have co-op or co-op multiplayer, like Mass Effect 3. They're not saying that. They're hinting at it. They said, would you like to have co-op multiplayer? I think another one was dramatic scenes. I think a 5-person party, and like different options like that. And just because that was there, people are saying, oh my God, there's going to be a 5-person party and there's going to be co-op. It's not confirmed. They're just thinking about it. So if we really want this to work, I'm telling you guys right now, if you do not want co-op multiplayer in Dragon Age, if you feel it doesn't fit there and it shouldn't be there, I'm asking you guys to go on Twitter, that is, if you have a Twitter account, and tweet Mike Laidlaw. Now I'm going to put the exact tweet in the description so that they could, because it's going to have a hashtag, the $, so that Mike Laidlaw could just click on the hashtag, and he could see all of our tweets and see how many people are saying this. This is what I want you guys to tweet him. Now remember, look in the description because it's gonna be there. Just copy paste it in Twitter. Is please Bioware hashtag no DA3 co-op MP. Just say that. That's it. That's all they need to know, because they're taking it into consideration right now. They're getting a bunch of questions. They're not going to answer any of them, but they're taking them all into consideration. Right now is the moment where they are trying to come up with what DA3 is going to have. If we could save it, and this is going to be a way to see if Bioware is really listening to what the real Dragon Age fans want. And I don't want co-op or multiplayer. Even if it's just co-op / multiplayer like Mass Effect 3. I don't want that. I do not want that in Dragon Age 3. And the reason is because it doesn't fit there. You started a game, you established a great game with Dragon Age Origins, and then Dragon Age 2 had a great story. It suffered in a lot of areas, but it had a good story. It was fun. I enjoyed Dragon Age 2. It was nowhere comparable to Dragon Age Origins, but it was good. And now with Dragon Age 3, if they all of a sudden tack on multiplayer, that's gonna piss me off, because it doesn't go there. It wasn't there in the previous 2 games, and it's just gonna cause a lot of negative hate towards the game, especially from hardcore fans. And even if Bioware says you don't have to play it, no, it doesn't matter. Just don't put it on there. It's like putting a symbol on the franchise, saying we changed this to attract a new audience. Don't try to attract a new audience. This franchise, think of the fans. Think of the people that already love the franchise the way that it is. The way that it is. Don't tack anything on it, because it was already great. Just work on it. Work on the single player. Work on the campaign so that it's a great game. So that you could make up for everything. So that Bioware could get out of that hole that Mass Effect 3 sink them into. To prove to the people we could still make great RPGs. That's what I really want them to do. So if you agree with me, if you don't want co-op multiplayer in Dragon Age 3, copy the link or copy the tweet in the description and tweet it on Twitter. Don't add anything else, just that. Don't go hating on everybody saying, oh, this is another Mass Effect 3, blah, blah, blah. No, just that. That's it. Now, I know I'm going to get some of you saying, no, but I like multiplayer. I liked co-op multiplayer in Mass Effect 3. Okay, fine. I don't care. Multiplayer in Mass Effect 3 was fun with friends. Okay, it was fun, but it did not belong in Mass Effect. I was like, okay, fine. It's already there. It's already freaking there. If I had the opportunity to do what we're doing here with Dragon Age, where it's like we're taking these things into consideration, or surveys, I would have said, dude, multiplayer co-op? No. And a lot of fans would have said the same thing. And I don't think there would have been a multiplayer co-op if they would have taken like the time to do a survey, because they would have seen that the majority of the fans, and this is fact, did not want multiplayer on Mass Effect 3. But if you do want a co-op multiplayer in Dragon Age 3, that's completely fine. Don't send this tweet. That's fine. I don't care. I respect that. And I think everybody should respect all of everybody's opinion when it comes to this, because it's our own experience. But I think people should be heard, especially the hardcore fans. BioWare should be thinking more about the people that already established experiences with this game and loved it. And like, there's a huge Dragon Age following, and everybody, all the fans are scared about Dragon Age 3. Why? Because BioWare is focusing too much on trying to attract all the crowds, and they're forgetting about their hardcore fans, because they're like, well, not everybody likes hardcore RPGs, or not everybody likes long games, so what should we do? Let's kind of like, you know, make it a little bit shorter. Let's add some multiplayer there. Maybe some people will, you know, we'll get like the FPSers, or we'll get like the action gamers, and they'll play the multiplayer. No, they shouldn't forget the fans that have stuck with Dragon Age since day one. They shouldn't forget them. And they should not forget that the replayability of an RPG, of a well-done RPG, like, even if it's just an action RPG, like Dragon Age. Dragon Age Origins was a little bit more of an RPG than an action. Dragon Age 2 was a little bit more of an action than an RPG. But in order to make a good RPG, the replayability is in the campaign. Why? Because there's so many options. There's so many things to do. It's like, you have so many things that you could choose that almost every time that you play that game is going to be almost completely new again, because of all the branches that you could choose. So if it's done correctly, you could have the replayability is right there. The replayability in an action game is usually the multiplayer. So don't freaking make this into an action game. Keep it an RPG. Go back to the way that Dragon Age Origins was, because Dragon Age Origins was a masterpiece. Another thing is why we shouldn't take all of these rumors like really, really to heart and like, oh my god, this is all fact, is because some people are saying, oh yeah, I participated in the survey and it said blah, blah, blah. And then other people are saying, now I've read all this stuff. Other people are saying, oh yeah, I participated in the survey, but it was different. And this is what it said. And then other people are saying, no, I had a different survey and it said this. And I was like, okay, yeah, I know that some people, you know, they release different surveys. But on the internet, I could go on right now and just write and say, oh yeah, I experienced a different survey. And it said that a party member is going to be the dragon. So this is giving part to a lot of people taking advantage of this. And I saw another one with a person that was talking about a survey, but they were translating it from German. And he said, I tried my best to interpret it or to translate it. Usually when that happens, there's a lot of things that are misinterpreted and changed around to fit the translation. And it just causes confusion, and sometimes even you even change what it actually said. I already know that Bioware has a lot of ideas, and I already know some of those ideas because of what they said. The whole idea with Cullen, that there's a picture of Cullen on there, that nowhere on there does it say. It just has a picture of Cullen. I haven't seen any that says that Cullen is a party member. A lot of people, there's a huge following of people that want Cullen as a party member. If Bioware is really listening to the fans, you're going to have Cullen as a party member. So I'm not worried about that. I'm almost certain that Cullen is going to be a party member, but not because of the survey. Because of how many fans want this. And because Bioware usually listens to their fans. So if Cullen is a party member, I'm going to be super happy because I love Cullen. And I've been asking for this for a long time. I've tweeted Mike LAIDLAW many times and David Gator as well, telling them, please make Cullen a party member. You think they haven't had a lot of people saying that? Of course they have. So since that survey only had a picture of Cullen, what about it? It just had the picture of Cullen. What did the survey ask? What did the survey say about it? They had a bunch of pictures of people. So what? Did it say these are people that are going to appear in Dragon Age 3? Did it say these are party members? Did it say which one of these guys would you like as a party member? Did it say, what did it say? I was looking at that picture more, the Cullen picture, and I don't know why. I was like, something's wrong with this picture. Do you guys not find it weird that every concept art, now the keyword here is concept art, every character is cartoony. It's cartoony. Except for Cullen. Now, I work with Photoshop, and I could assure you that I could make you all think that Duncan comes back from the dead and Bioware wants to make him a party member. Look at Cullen's face. He's the only one that isn't concept art. His body's concept art, but his face is the face from Dragon Age 2. That's weird. That's jumping out at me, and it could have been photoshopped. So that's why I'm telling you guys, just don't treat this as fact. Don't treat this as it being confirmation, because it's not. People could be taking advantage of the leak. So yeah, just keep in mind that this is just a survey and that it is almost 99% chance that a lot of these things will change depending on the results. And also, they're just ideas. They're just ideas. They're not facts. Bioware, nowhere have they said, this is what's going to be in the game. Do you like it or not? No, nowhere. So I ask you again, if you guys if you guys agree with the whole co-op multiplayer in Dragon Age 3 and you do not want that, if you agree that that should not be there, that it feels tacked on, that it just doesn't belong in this franchise, because it would change the feeling of the franchise and just really take away a lot of effort and dedication in the campaign, which really makes Dragon Age such a great game, is the campaign. So if you want them to focus more on that, and you don't want them to focus on a co-op multiplayer, then tweet Mike LAIDLAW. Just copy paste the tweet that I have in the description, and we'll see how many people do it. And hopefully, most likely, Mike LAIDLAW will take that into consideration, especially if a lot of people say this. If he sees that a lot of people are saying this, they're going to take it into consideration. So let's try it. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.